NFL Network draft coverage at 8 Eastern. Draft podcast with the commissioner, Roger Goodell, Michael Strahan, and Josh Charles on iTunes. Rich Eisen. You can go to NFL.com/Rich Eisen in iTunes. I saw what the commissioner said on your podcast. Maybe the draft moved to May?
Yeah.
Why?
First of all, I think he said that there was an issue with getting Radio City Music Hall next year. And I asked, who is it? Like, is it the Rockettes? And he said, no, the Easter Bunny. And I guess there's some sort of Easter performance that trumps the NFL draft. And the league may have to change the date because of it. But they want to put the draft in May anyway. They want to move the combine back to March. They want to move free agency back. They want the non-playing season, as we call it, to be to last longer. I think what they're definitely going to do is have training camp open en masse. Right now, it's sort of like a rolling soft open training camps with rookies and stuff like that. That they're just going to have every single team open on July 30th or something like that.
Well, we've spread it out because you can make a case that the offseason is more interesting from a fan's perspective because you haven't played any games, and for some teams, that's a good thing.
Optimism is at its highest. Yes. Everybody's 0-0.
Yeah.
Correct.
He's hosting the NFL draft all weekend long. Rich Eisen from the NFL Network. Saw Deion Sanders last night. And
yes.
Deion looking fly?
Yes, as always.
Okay. You have seen his wardrobe.
I have, his closet.
How many suits?
Thousands. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Okay, you go into his house. Give me an idea.
I mean, he's always so generous. Deion, he's truly one of the best teammates you can have, and that was his MO when he was a player, and it's the truth now as a broadcaster. Anytime that we have a game in Dallas or have had one, he invites the crew out to his house, and his house is spectacular, as you might imagine. And he goes, "Come on, and I want to show you the closet." I'm like, "Okay." We go in, and it's as big as a Men's Warehouse, and I'm not kidding. Where it's as far as the eye can see, it's suits. And then you turn a corner, and it's as far as the eye can see is more suits. And then as we're strolling through it, I look up, and there's a plexiglass ceiling. And I asked Prime, why is there a plexiglass ceiling? He goes, "Come on." And we go to the end, finally. We reach the end, and there's a spiral staircase to the top. Now it's shoes as far as the eye can see. And so the reason why there is a plexiglass now floor on the second floor is so he can go to the suit below and hold up the shoes over it to see if the suit and shoes match.
Could you run a 40 in his closet?
I think you could. You might brush up against some sleeves and knock over a shoe or two. But, and this is the best, as we walk out, I mean, there's a bunch of producers. Marshall Falk was with us too. And Marshall mutters under his breath as we walk out, saying, "This is baseball money." Is what he said. This is baseball money.
Is Deion getting paid from some teams
I always joke with him that he's dead money on the Redskins cap still.
Yeah.
He doesn't find that one funny. Marge Schott's, I guess, estate might still be paying him in some way, shape, or form. But I mean, I sometimes forget. And it's always reminded he is the most. I mean, I've walked through an airport with him and Berman, and Deion is the most famous person I've ever walked through an airport with. Everybody, you forget. I mean, Susie and I we were watching the other day one of those Chris Farley specials, Saturday Night Live specials, were just hilarious. And one of those funny skits was when Deion was guest hosting. I'm like, that's right. Deion hosted Saturday Night Live, and he played. He would have been in one of the World Series he played in, would have been the MVP had the Braves won. I think he hit 5-something in one of those World Series. That's Deion, and I just love being around him. He's a great man.
Give the audience a sense of what happens right before the pick. How much information you have? Can you learn who's going to be picked?
I could. And you will ask this to Mayock too. Mike and I tell our producers we don't want to know. We don't want to know. The producers do know because, again, it's done. The way the NFL does this is beyond old school. I even joke with the commissioner, RG1, that they should just bring the helmet phones back. I mean, if you're going to sit there and have somebody who has nothing to do, hardly anything to do with the organization, sit in an orchestra pit and answer a phone and write a name down, and once the name is written down, it's written on 2 cards. One goes to the commissioner's podium, and the other one goes to the next team that's on the clock. So that team immediately knows which player is off the board because the clock starts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, there's 2 cards that are written. So there's a lot of ways for this information to be learned.
Unless you're Matt Millen in the Lions, and then you don't get a name in on your pick.
Yes, Mike Williams is still available. So
Charles Rogers is still available.
I joked that with Mooch in our mock draft that was on NFL.com. I said, just choose Charles Rogers and get it done.
Did you hear the Scott Pioli story about when they drafted Matt Light? The Jets wanted Matt Light. The Lions were on the clock. So they called Matt Light and they said, hey, have you been talking to anybody? The Patriots are doing this. He's on hold with the Jets. So the Jets are telling him, we're going to take you next. The Lions are on the clock. So they trade up to get the pick and get Matt Light right in front of the New York Jets.
It's incredible. I've never heard that story. And then he's Light, Tom Brady's protector.
Yeah, I mean, he won a couple of Super Bowls there.
All of them.
Yeah, pretty incredible. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, DP.
I'll be watching.
I appreciate it.
Pre-game meal, nervous,
no,
prayer?
Definitely no, but just, it's you just got to find the right balance of hydration. You got to stay, because you don't want to pull anything.
It's a marathon.
You can't cramp up.
Yeah.
But then again, you can't go. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's nonstop.
Well, wait, you don't have a catheter or anything?
I have no catheter. No.
So wait, you're up there with no relief? Adult diapers?
There's no depends. But because people depend on me.
Oh, I see what you did with that.
That was next level stuff.
Fritzy,
that's next level.
Yeah, that's really.
I
saw how you twisted that.
Thank you.
But you're up there, and there's no mad dash at the bathroom.
There is off the side in the orchestra pit a men's room, a unisex, and I always feel bad for the women who have to wait there because the guys treat it like it's a zoo.
Yeah.
And hopefully, when in commercial break, there's nobody in there. But I do have priority. It's like one of those priority lanes.
Okay, if you and Berman go to the bathroom at the same time.
That is, could be an issue.
I would want to get in there before.
That has yet to happen, by the way.
I want to get in there before Berman got in there.
But Chris has seniority. I mean, he's got tenure at this event.
I would love, you could have that Naked Gun scene where Leslie Nielsen is taking a whiz. Mike's on. No,
as Mayock's breaking down Tavon Austin, you hear like,
but if Chris Berman was there, taking a whiz, he could go all the way.
That's right. This is Susie calling. I guess she's not watching. She's taking care of the kids.
Oh.
But
that's great.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just, again, I'm just sharing.
No, I appreciate
That's all
that.
I do is share. There's a lot of information.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Have fun tonight. We'll be watching.
Now you will be, right?
Well,
you have your choice.
Make this a point of reference in your mind.
Yes.
Once Manti Te'o is drafted.
You're out?
No. That Seton and McLovin have a bet. Seton has Manti Te'o going first round.
Okay.
Wheel of punishment at stake. And McLovin has him going second round here.
Oh,
so
get ready for your punishment, man. Seriously. Seton is going to crush you.
He hasn't cut his hair since Thanksgiving because he lost a Wheel of Punishment bet.
For real?
Yeah.
This is a tough place, Rich.
But that seriously is a haircut since Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
I have it matted down. It's bad.
Wow. That's like a wig. That's like a wig. You're wearing a wig.
It's kind of bad.
So what is the punishment? What is the punishment?
Well, we have it. You spin the wheel.
Oh, I know that.
And you got slices. The pie there, and there could be maybe handcuffed to one another.
Get ready to spin the wheel.
Friar tuck is a big one.
Yeah, Friar tuck. Remember Tebow's haircut he had?
Yeah,
that's a big one.
So maybe go Friar tuck.
That would be great, especially since you have the rest of your hair since November. That would really accent the sort of yarmulke that would be on top of your head.
Don't you have a draft to host or something, Rich?
Yeah.
So
doesn't Manu Ginobili have a yarmulke on top with his bald spot?
Teo's going tonight, my friend. He's going tonight.
All right, we'll be watching.
Thank you, Tim.
I promise. Rich Eisen, NFL Network.